So, good day everyone. My name is Marlty Papa. I'm doing a Pocket Tracer activity 10.6.1 titled Creating a Small Lab Topology, a tracing table. This activity does not include an tracing table. So, let's move on to our learning objectives. Design the logical network, configure the physical lab topology, configure the logical LAN topology, verify LAN connectivity, then introduction. So, let's next. Task 1. Let's move on to Task 1. Connect the logical network. Step 1. Using the following requirements correctly, cable the topology. So, routers 1 fast Ethernet connects to host 1 fast Ethernet port. So, I'm using a copper crossover to connect the router 1 by fast Ethernet 0/0 to host fast Ethernet. Then, I'm using routers fast Ethernet 1 connects to switch fast Ethernet port. So, the copper straight through I'm using to connect the routers fast Ethernet 01 to switch fast Ethernet. Let's start. I will repeat and then switch fast Ethernet 2 connects to host 2. Switch. Then I'm using again a copper straight through connect to host 2 with fast Ethernet. Then switch fast Ethernet 3 connects to host 3 fast Ethernet port. Fast Ethernet 3 connect to fast Ethernet. And then at the end of this task, your completion rate should be 59%. As you can see below, it's 59%. And then task 2, design the logical topology. Given step 1, given an IP address and mask of 172.20.0.0/24, address mask design and IP addressing. Sim that satisfies the following requirements. Subnet has 4 but the subnet A, B, and C and D. Number of hosts, subnet A to maximum, subnet B is number of hosts is 6 maximum, subnet C the number of hosts is 47, subnet D the number of hosts is 125. Step 2. Begin the logical network design by satisfying the requirement of subnet D, which requires the largest block of IP addresses. Refer to the subnet chart and pick the first address block that will support subnet D. Step 3. Design subnet C address block. Begin the logical network by satisfying the requirement of subnet C. Refer to the chart and pick the first address block will support subnet C. Step 4. Design subnet B address block. Begin the logical network design by satisfying the requirement of subnet B. Refers to the subnet chart and pick the first address block that will support subnet B. Step 5. Design subnet A address block. Begin the logical network design by satisfying the requirement of subnet A, which requires the smallest block of IP addresses. Refer to the subnet chart and pick the first address block that will support subnet A. At the end of this task, your completion rate should be 59%. So as you can see here below again, it's 59%, no changes. Task 3. Configure the logical topology. Step 1. Document logical network settings. Interface address. Host 1 will use the first address and subnet A. So we click the host 1 and go to this tab and the IP configuration, then put the IP address, subnet mask, and the default gateway. First thing we do is the IP address 172.20.0.201, and then the subnet mask 255.255.255 255.252. And then the default gateway 172.20.0.202. And then let's exit. And then host 2 will use the first host in subnet B. So host 2. Then went to the IP configuration and put the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway again. 172.20.0.193. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.248. And then the default gateway 172.20.0.198. 172.20.0.198. And then let's exit. And then host 3 will use the second host add address in subnet B. So let's click the host 3. So let's go to desktop again, the IP configuration, then put the IP address 172.20.0.194. The subnet mask is 255.255.248. And the IP address and the default gateway is 172.20.0.198. and then our completion rate is already 100%. So note that the PC IP configuration button for the desktop to configure species is the end of this task. Your completion rate should be 100%. And then use the command prompt button from the desktop of each host and test connectivity to all the network. Then we use the desktop and then a command prompt. Let's ping 172.20.0.193. Invalid. Let's 172.20.0.153. And then let's move on to host 1 command prompt. Ping. That's why I'm not, because I did not put ping. I forgot 172.20.0.193. Let's wait for the phone app. Okay. Oh, so that's the 100%. So let's back for the host 3 command prompt. That's why, because I did not put the ping here over here. So ping 172.20.0.1. Statistic. So let's move on to host 2 desktop, then command prompt.